Hey guys, welcome to lesson 77 and 78. What was our motto that we were saying? I was saying the other day, like it's not as scary as it looks, or don't let it scare you. Okay. Same thing with these. I want you to look at it, process it. What do you think you would have to do to solve this? Oh, okay, I'm sure out of 4 of you guys that one of you was right. You see that this is all under the square root symbol, but it's actually a cube root symbol, by the way. And that this is not. Well, the only way you're going to get this off of this is if you move this over here and then manipulate it. So the very first thing you're going to do is move the negative x and the negative 2 over to the other side so that you can manipulate this. So let's just act like that's what we did and change the signs here. So it's going to be x plus 2 when you move it over. Now, what can you do? You can make this to the third, and you can make this to the third, because whatever you do over here, you have to do over here, right? And then that's going to keep that this square root symbol. So you'll have x third plus 6x squared minus 4 equals, but now we need to do this to the third. And by the way, I can't just do that in my head. So I'm going to write it out like this, because it's 3 times, and I'll go do this one first and then do that. It'll be x squared plus 4x plus 4. Then x squared plus times x is x to the third. X squared times 2x is plus 2x squared. This times this is plus 4x squared. This times this is plus 8x. This times this is plus 4x. This times this is plus 8. So down here you'll have plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 8, right? Yes. Okay, then look what we can do. This is crazy. This cancels out, because if you move this over here, it's negative, and 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. This cancels out, because if you move this over here, it'll be 6 minus 6, and that's 0. So you're left with negative 4 equals 12x plus 8. So this problem that just looks super complicated turned into super easy. Okay? You move the negative 8 over here, that's negative 12 equals 12x, so x equals negative 1, right? You must check it because of the fact, especially that it's under this, so what if it turns out to be an impossible answer? So you plug negative 1 into everything and find out that it checks out just fine, and that's your answer, negative 1. Okay? Let's look at example 2. Go ahead while I'm writing on the board, look at it and see if you can figure out what you would do. Thought about it? Okay, in order to manipulate this, we're going to have to move these over here, right? So let's just make that positive, make this negative, and this just goes away. Okay, we move that over. And now what do you think we do? We square it. Square this side, square this side. That will get this off. And we're hoping it'll get it off here, but we have to distribute it to see what's going on with that, because not the whole thing is not under the square root. So now we have k minus 5 equals, okay, this times this is k, right? Because this cancels out. But then this times this is negative 1k. This times this is negative 1 square root k, and then plus 1. Okay, so we're not quite there yet, but we are close, right? So now we have k minus 5 equals k minus 2 square root k plus 1, right? Cool thing is that this and this cancel out, right? And then you move the 1 over here, so it'll be negative 1. So it's negative 6 equals negative 2 square root k. Divide by negative 2, so now you have 3 equals square root k, right? Now you can do your square thing, and you're going to have 9 equals k. Okay? Then you substitute it in and make sure that everything's okay. 9 minus 5 is 4, the square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3 minus 1 is is 2, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 times 2 equals 4. I did something wrong. I shouldn't even have checked it. Okay, wait. 9 minus 3, Oh, that wasn't the original. Duh, it's 2. Sheesh. There. 2 equals 2. So we got it right. Okay, and look at example 3. Example 3 is a lot like example 2. So you could probably figure out very quickly where at least we would start, right? But now I'm going to show you the importance of checking. Oops. Okay, we're going to move this over here, obviously. So we have negative that plus that, right? So then we're going to square it. So this will be s minus 8. I'm going to change this to be 2 minus square root s, so it's in a understandable order of negativity and all that stuff. And do it like that so I can distribute it over here. That'd be 4 minus 2 square root s minus 2 square root s plus s, right? So now here I'm going to put 4 minus 4 square root s plus s. Cancel out my s's, move my 4 over here, get a negative 12 equals negative 4 square root s. Divide by negative 4, so it's 3. 3 equals square root s again, square it, so 9 is s. Okay, but now we put it into the original problem. Let's write it over here. Again, the original problem is s minus 8 plus square root s equals 2, right? Okay, s minus 8 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we have square root 1 plus square root 9, which is 3. And square root 1 is 1. And we get 4. But it should equal 2. So 4 does not equal 2. Which means there is no solution to this actual problem. And so you're looking at me and you're like, so Miss Jessica, like, seriously, we have to check it? We have to check it because it could actually come out no solution. Yeah, you have to check it because it might not come out as no solution. Okay? So, go ahead and do your practice and we'll come back and check it. Okay, your answers for letter A is negative 3. Your answer for letter B is 16. Sorry. How do we get that? Actually, the save time to this video is shorter. Just take a screenshot if you need to look through the process. If you don't understand the process, ask me so we don't have to make this a 2-part video, okay? So let's go over to lesson 78. Honestly, this is stuff that you guys know. It's just you're kind of having to draw some things from a word problem and then use what you know, okay? Look at example 1. 2 ropes are attached to a point and pulled on with directions and magnitudes shown. What is the resultant force? And you're like, what in the world are you talking about, Miss Jessica? But look at it right here. It's just 2 vectors, you guys. Okay, so you have 70 is here. 45 is here. And then 40 is here and 30 is here. What is that really? It's literally like if you were to have them separate. You have this one over here that says 45 and this is 70. And you have this one over here is 40 and this is 30, okay? And then they're asking you what is the resultant force. That means they just want you to add those things together using your R and U, okay? So apart from you not knowing what to do here, everything else is the same because look what's gonna happen. Let me see if I can find my calculator. If not, we're just gonna have to use the numbers in the book. Okay, found it. Here we go. Let's do this one. We know that it's gonna be, we need the U and the R. So the R is gonna be negative. We do know that. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself though. Let's do it. R is cosine 45 equals R over 70. And U is cosine 45 equals U over 70. I'm going to put my R and U up there so I have some room. So it's going to be 70 times cosine 45 is negative 49. what? That's not what they say here. Yes, it is. Negative 49.5. Let's say R plus the U is 70 times sine 45, which is also 49.5. And you're like, well, that's weird. Not really. When you're using a 45-degree triangle, that's actually very common. You'll find that out in advanced math. Okay, over here, same thing. We're going to do U and R, right? The R is going to be cosine 30 equals R over 40. Then sine 30 equals U over 40. Okay, nothing will be negative on this side because it's both the positive stuff. 40 times cosine 30 will give you 34.64 R plus 40 times sine 30 will give you 20. Then you add them up. 34 plus 64 minus 49.5 is going to give you negative 14.86 R. And then 49.5 plus 20 will give you 69.5 U. Okay, and there is your answer. So again, nothing new except for the fact that you need to know what to do with this. Let's look at example 2. Here is a point. By the way, they don't always draw this stuff for you, so pay attention to what the feel is behind what they're saying and what they're drawing, okay? Here is a point, here a point is acted on by a push force and a pull force, okay? As shown, find the resultant force on the point. Okay, so what they're saying is, you guys, is look, you have a push and a pull. They're pushing 10, and then they're pulling 16. Okay, on the last one, they were pulling on both of them, pulling in different directions. That's what it said right here. It was pulled on with directions and magnitudes as shown, right? Here, they're pushing, then they're pulling this way, okay? Which you can kind of see that this is going to have some kind of Alg.2-L77 with physics, right? And so you have 30 right here, but you have nothing right here. Well, guess what? This R and U is super easy. This is a straight line. That means its R is 10, and your U is 0 for this one. It's not going anywhere. It's going to the right, positive 10, and going up, nada. Okay, so the only one you have to find is this one. So just picture it like it's on an X and Y graph, right? You have your thing right there. You have U and R. So that means that sine 30 equals U over 16, and cosine 30 equals R over 16. Okay? Both positive because they're going up that way. So you have 16 times sine 30 is going to give you 8. And 16 times cosine 30 is going to give you 13.85. And you add them together, 23.86R plus 8U. And that is your answer. If you want to find it in polar form, you just convert, because that's what they're giving you, but they didn't tell us to find it in polar form, so we're not going to do it, okay? We can leave it as this answer right here, and that's completely acceptable unless they tell you that they want it in a different form, okay? So go ahead and try example, the only practice that you have, and we'll come back and make sure you got it right. Okay, I got 6.62R plus 45.16U. Look what it says, 2 ropes are attached at one point. Here's the one point, and they're pulled on, okay? So they're pulled on this way, they're pulled on this way, right? So then I just did the exact same process we've been doing. Sine 58 equals U over 40, cosine 58 equals R over 40, sine 22 equals U over 30, cosine 22 equals R over 30. Add them all up, make sure that the negative R over here because it's going to the left. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. Bye.